Hi, my name is Jody, and welcome to my channel, The Planner Pages Edit. Today, I'm going to share some ideas on how to fill those blank pages in your planner setups. So grab your favorite planner, a pen, some stickers, and other supplies, and let's get started. Depending on the brand you use for your planner inserts, chances are there are going to be some blank pages in your planner. Pages without a pre-printed template with prompts for you to use. These blank pages were meant for additional notes that don't fall into your daily planner inserts. Now, some people have no trouble filling these blank pages up with necessary information, but others, like myself, may sometimes struggle with really utilizing these blank spaces. Now, before I dig in, let me say that it is perfectly acceptable to have blank pages in your planner. It is not at all a reflection of how productive you are or aren't. They are there so that you use them and have them when you need them. And if you don't need them, nothing gained and nothing lost. But if you get real satisfaction from a full planner, as I do, and just flipping through and seeing pages full of text and stickers and information, then I have a few ideas for you today on how to really utilize these blank pages so you can use them to their fullest potential and really upgrade your overall planner experience. So let's begin. So obviously the size of your insert is going to determine how much space you have to fill. An A5 versus a CP Petite or HP Mini is going to fill up faster than a half letter or A6, for example. And so different page sizes are going to present different challenges and opportunities when it comes to filling up and utilizing the space you have. So just for comparison's sake, I have here an HP Mini insert and a half letter insert. And as you can see, there is a pretty considerable size difference, which is going to really affect how easy or hard it is to fill a blank page in these sizes. So for those of you who are familiar with my planner ecosystem, you'll know that I jump between different sizes a couple times throughout the year. And maybe some of you are in the same boat. So I'm going to start by showing you examples of how I filled the blank pages in my half letter, an A5 notebook that I use, and my personal ring size. And then we're going to do a plan with me session in my A5 content planner so you can see in real time how I'm filling up that blank space. So let's start with the half letter, which I am not currently using, but I was using this on a daily basis for the first half of the year. So let me just share with you a blank page in the half letter size. Do I have a blank page? Here we go. So I'm using Cloth and Paper's dated monthly inserts, which come with a blank page for notes, a place for monthly goals and important dates, and then a blank calendar for you to fill in for the month. So what I'm really going to do for this episode is I'm going to focus on this blank page here. It doesn't have any prompts. It's just a free space for notes. It doesn't follow a specific template like the other parts of the pack do. And so this really presents a lot of opportunity to be creative and also functional at the same time. But I don't know about you. There's something both exciting and stressful about a blank page. It's exciting because it's your free ticket to do whatever you want in the space, but it's also stressful, at least to me, because there's that pressure to use it in a useful way. I don't really want to waste it, but at the same time, if I don't need it, what's the point, right? So I'm just going to show you a spread where I have used the space. This is for the month of July. I intentionally made it this page right here so that it is both both functional and aesthetic. And I have here, I'll just walk you through what I've got. I've got this little July sticker, which I got from Modern Analog. I have a quote that I wanted to use to kind of set the tone for the month. And then because my July was super crazy, I really chose a calming quote to kind of ease my mindset into what July was going to be like. Then I took a cloth and paper sticky note, and I used a stencil, one of their stencils, to create this checklist for myself, which highlighted specific tasks that I needed to remember for this busy month. Then I jazzed it up with some more stickers. These both came from Modern Analog, and I think this cute little dot sticker came from Crafted Designs. And then I added another quote at the bottom just to motivate me. You know, I had a self-care quote at the top and then a get serious, get motivated quote at the bottom, because this is my work planner, or it was my work planner for the first half of the year. So what does this same blank page from this same package of monthly inserts look like in a smaller personal ring size? Well, let me show you. So I'm going to start off with a blank page first, and then I'll show you how I fill it out. Okay. This is the same monthly insert from Cloth and Paper, and it's just in a smaller personal ring size layout, or I guess size. So for comparison, the half letter page doesn't even fit in the screen. The half letter page measured 5.5 by 8.5 inches. And this personal size measures 3.5 by 6.75 inches. So it's a little smaller. But as you can see, same layout, smaller size. But now I want to show you what it looks like filled in. And I think you're going to notice a difference. So here's how I filled out that blank page in this personal size. You can see here I put some deco on the top. I used a Cloth and Paper transparent sticky note in the center where I put a favorite Bible verse. And then I used a Cloth and Paper half-page task sticky note to highlight an important task I didn't want to forget for the month. And that is it. Super simple, super functional, and a little pretty, I hope you think. So I do. But it's not a blank page, and it's still useful. And really content-wise, it wasn't much different from what I did in the half letter. It's just on a smaller scale. I used a few different supplies, but basically it kind of served the same purpose. So let's take a look at another size. This here is my Cloth and Paper Undated Admin Perfect Bound Notebook, which is an A5 size. And I use this for my content planner. And I'm going to do a quick plan with me session so you can see in real time how I fill out the blank page. And you'll see here, you've got your undated weekly admin set up here, and then a completely blank page to do whatever you want here. So we're going to do a plan with me, and then I'll walk you through everything so you can, again, get another idea of how to fill up this blank space in yet another size. So I'll see you on the other side of the plan with me. Okay, so here's what I did. First, I used this cloth and paper stamp kit. I don't think it's in stock right now, but I used that to create a mini calendar that fits right on a normal size sticky note. And then I used this blue Maro dot marker to highlight the current week that I'm planning for. Then I kind of switched the orientation of the planner and inserted a quote right here. This is a quote from Janis Joplin. It says, "Don't compromise yourself. You're all you've got." I mean, it's a little ironic considering the source, but the words are still pretty meaningful and words to live by, if you ask me. Then I took this cloth and paper stencil, which came, I believe it was in this year's August sub box. Time is running away from me and I'm forgetting everything. I don't know if you can see the stencils right here. Anyways, I used this to create a checklist of things to do for the week. And then I topped it off with some deco. This is a picture that I took from a trip to Nashville last year. And this actually is part of a collection in my Etsy shop called the Warm Glow Studios. And this is from the Urban Collection. There's a few other urban images that I have in here that I sell as Polaroids that can also be used as sticky notes. And that is it in terms of just transforming a blank page into something useful and pretty, or at least I think it's pretty. But anyways, I'll drop a link. I'll list everything out in the video description. I'll drop links where available. But that is it, really, in a nutshell. That's how I filled this blank A5 notebook page to make it both functional and pretty. So like I said, there's no hard or fast rule that says you need to fill every blank page in your planner. But if you get a sense of satisfaction just seeing all the pages filled with deco, with writing, with other pieces of information, hopefully the ideas I shared with you today can serve as some inspiration for how to really fill up those empty pages in a meaningful way. But, let me know in the comments section, are you team filled pages or team blank pages? I'd love to know. Obviously, I like filled pages, and I actually find great satisfaction not only in the process of filling them up, but then flipping through them when they're all finished. So anyways, until next time, thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you on the next episode.